Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Week 2 replay highlights stream from September Showdown. We just finished off a great set of 4 games. I think we're about ready to head into the second set of 4 games for you guys this afternoon. My name is Captain Fogg, and of course, joining me as always is Hunter. How are you doing, Hunter?
Thank you very much. I'm good. I'm ready to cast. Let's go.
All right, and of course, with us as well for the panel is Best Teammaker. And I think LeConte's going to be switching out for Shoefly Pie. How are you guys doing?
Hello there.
Hello.
All ready to go.
All right, well, let's jump into Game 5 here. It's going to be ZenoAkoop versus TwoFlour. Of course, ZenoAkoop, the winner of the very first Clash of Comrades tournament, May Mayhem. Are you all ready to jump into this game? Game 5.
I am absolutely ready.
All right, here we go. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, and we have ZenoAkoop in the red to the north end of the map, and TwoFlour in the yellow to the south end of the map. And what do you think of this map then, Captain?
Looking at this map, I like this corner base. If Deadbones was playing in this base to the east here, Deadbones would have taken it and had it as a secret base. I don't know if ZenoAkoop is that kind of a player, though, and I haven't watched TwoFlour enough to know what kind of a player TwoFlour is. I do notice that there's a lot of nice open areas in the middle of this map, 3 bases there. Neither player looks like they have a huge advantage economically. ZenoAkoop maybe with that one safe base to the north. So TwoFlour's going to have to work a little bit harder to get his expansions in the middle and late game. Going to have to choose some stuff to the east, but other than that, fairly equal.
Yes, I think that eastern end of the map is quite interesting because TwoFlour would have to completely subvert Zeno's main to get any of those expansions down there. So Zeno's in a great position, I think. If he can just hold out that little windmill right to the south of him, then TwoFlour has no real chance in a long game. And so I think TwoFlour is just going to have to play aggressively here and just break out of his position and just put a lot of pressure on Zeno.
Right, well, TwoFlour here going for a faster set of farms than ZenoAkoop, only slightly, going for 8 farm Warren to ZenoAkoop's 7 farm Warren. Probably won't make a huge difference in the end, but sometimes with these games, even those little things can change the outcome of the game. TwoFlour throwing down a little bit of barbed wire out in front, probably trying to protect any kind of early movement.
Zeno's doing the exact same thing with his barbed wire. He's put it right on his border there, and I think that's actually a mistake for TwoFlour because I really think he needs to be more aggressive here. If he gets locked down into like the position he's in now, that's terrible because Zeno has an amazing position. He has like half of the map just available to him.
I also
It'll be interesting to see what he pulls out here.
I also want to point out that TwoFlour has nothing to deal with this barbed wire. So as soon as the barbed wire goes down, it's there for the rest of the game, unless he can get some Uncle Butter's AoE attack going on, which is technically a glitch in the game. But ZenoAkoop is
okay, interesting.
ZenoAkoop is in a similar place, has no melee. I guess the Toads can take it out a little bit. No, they took that out. So neither player is going to be able to deal with any of the barbed wire on the field at the moment.
Interesting. What about loose ferro shots? Do they damage it?
I don't think so. They don't have AoE, so they'd have to target the tile exactly, which probably won't happen ever.
Alright, so Zeno's already got 1 ferret out. He's getting his second, while TwoFlour is on going up to 12 squirrels. So he's got a lot of squirrels, and he's got some pigeons to help heal, but the healing's not going to be useful at all against those ferrets. Those ferrets will just one-shot those squirrels. So I expect to see... I think TwoFlour's going to struggle a little bit right now until he can get something to do with those that ferret army. So Zeno can just constantly pull back whenever TwoFlour advances and just snipe them away, I think.
And there we go. Just as you were saying, ZenoAkoop starting to control that middle of the map, cutting off any chance for TwoFlour to get out and around. He's going to have to sneak out soon and get that eastern base, or the southeastern base, if he wants to keep getting expansions into this late game.
It doesn't bode well. Zeno's already got that second base up on the high ground. Got a lot of farms on it. Here's a fight.
All right, ZenoAkoop throwing down some barbed wire to tank a lot of the shots, and it's doing a lot of good. Those ferrets continuing to hit from the back, and the squirrel army of ZenoAkoop coming out ahead in that fight, starting to pick away at this expansion, the only expansion of TwoFlour at this point. And we just hit the 4-minute mark, so TwoFlour is going to have to really struggle at this point. to fight back those ferrets and to keep his economy going. ZenoAkoop
Yeah,
already...
it's really tough for him now.
Yeah.
Zeno used that boost he had from the economic advantage of the that was fairly early expansion, and now he's just got way more units, and I don't know what TwoFlour can do here. He's going to have to pull out something really spectacular.
TwoFlour trying to push back and forth, trying to take out a few units, but it's not quite working. That base does get taken out. I don't know how he's going to come back from this. He does have a sniper balloon up front there, but ZenoAkoop is on 15 farms, the TwoFlour's 8, which in 30 seconds is going to go straight down to those -4 farms.
TwoFlour is building a boar, and that hasn't been scouted by Zeno, and is going to get out successfully. And Zeno is just off right now, just doing his own thing. It looked like he was scouting or whatever. And now that boar is up, and this actually might be enough to do something to Zeno. I don't know if it'll win him the game, but it's a big unit, and here we go, here's a fight.
Goes boar is not in the front though, it's in the back. It comes to the fight late. It's only got 50 health left. It is taking out a lot of squirrels. Almost every squirrel goes down before it goes down. And it looks like it's just a couple squirrels versus a couple squirrels, but those ferrets in the back remain alive, able to win that fight for ZenoAkoop. So unfortunately, that boar, hoping to be that ace in the hole, took out a lot of the squirrels, just not quite soon enough. TwoFlour using those squirrels to take out that barbed wire that's in front there before they get put down, but ZenoAkoop's just going to rebuild it with his 12 farms, the TwoFlour's 4.
Well, he has another shot at it. If he can just hold out against Zeno long enough. Well, he has the wolf out now. This is really bad. That wolf is a big deal for Zeno. That's just going to be able to burst down that boar really easily. This is tough. This is very tough. Zeno's put on fantastic pressure. Using those ferrets really well. Just completely zoning out TwoFlour out of the rest of the map. And TwoFlour can keep taking the space as much as he wants. It's just going to go down.
Right, boar's out one more time. Let's see if he can get it in a little bit better positioning this time. He's only on 2 farms. This is really going to be his last chance to make any kind of a difference. Trying to draw it around the side, around that barbed wire. But remember, the wolf is out now, so it's a whole different game. And the wolf is going to get bursted down very quickly. Look at that. Down it goes.
Wow.
Only taking out a few squirrels. And ZenoAkoop taking the game. TwoFlour saying, you can't take down 2 boars and still win. So ZenoAkoop showing why he's still one of the best players in Tooth and Tail at the moment.
Yeah, he identified exactly what he needed to do in that match, I think. Just locking out TwoFlour from the rest of the map. TwoFlour got a fantastically bad map there. That was awful for him. He really had to do something really aggressive, and that just didn't work out, especially since he didn't really have the build for it. Like, it was just unlucky, I think. And Zeno definitely played it well.
Yeah. Taking it back to the analyst table here. Bestie, what'd you make of that last match? Oh, looks like Bestie isn't listening.
Oh, there we go.
I'll comment. Yeah. So one thing I noticed is TwoFlour built his balloon behind his 2 expansion opportunities, so that wasn't really going to come into play until after one of his expansions went down, and he'd be too far behind for it to make much of a difference at that point. So he either needed to place his defenses further front or just invest more in army to be able to press forward into Zeno's territory a bit more. But since he tried to play defensive too far back, he didn't have an opportunity to expand and just got overwhelmed by Zeno's larger economy and thus larger army.
I think another thing was that the boar was a pretty cute attempt by TwoFlour, but I think it's the unit very much like the fox, where you have to be able to move around the map in a very good way, or else it just gets overwhelmed by a bunch of units because it just sits there and does fire. And sure, it has the possibility of killing them really fast, but it's just a giant target for a lot of units to take down. And in that fight, he put his boar out really far out in front near the barbed wire, and he did take out a good number of dead bones units, but the ferrets were just largely untouched. And then when the wolf came in, it was just over for the boar. There was no way for him to actually get in there without a giant wall of squirrels to protect him.
It was just a little bit too little too late, because it was effective against what Zeno was bringing, but at the point he had the boar out, Zeno had twice the economy for a couple of minutes and just had so much more army value that even if TwoFlour had a composition advantage, the raw value was just he couldn't compete with.
All right, well, with that, let's jump into the